Creating a detailed world for your story is like painting a masterpiece. Did you know that J.R.R. Tolkien spent over a decade building Middle-earth before he even started The Lord of the Rings? That's how deep world building can go. World building is more than just a backdrop. It's about making your audience feel like they're stepping into another reality. A well-crafted world can boost reader engagement by 40%. Imagine your readers getting lost in your story, eagerly flipping pages to explore every corner of your creation. But world building isn't just for epic fantasy. Even a simple setting can come to life with the right details. Take the wizarding world of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling's vivid descriptions make you feel like you're really at Hogwarts. In this guide, you'll discover 9 powerful tips to make your world unforgettable. From mapping out your imaginary land to creating unique languages, we'll cover everything you need. Ready to make your world stand out? Let's dive into the secrets of building a rich, immersive world that your readers will never want to leave. Chapter 1: Building a Foundation, Mapping Your Imaginary World. Creating a detailed map of your world is the first step in world building. Think about the geography and layout. Is your world a series of islands, a vast desert, or a dense forest? J.R.R. Tolkien, the creator of Middle-earth, spent years developing detailed maps for his world. These maps helped guide his storytelling. Start by sketching a rough outline of your world. You don't need to be an artist. A simple, hand-drawn map can work wonders. This map will help you visualize the journey your characters will take. It also helps your audience follow along. Consider the physical features of your world. Are there mountains, rivers, or oceans? These elements can play crucial roles in your story. For example, in Game of Thrones, the Wall and the Narrow Sea are pivotal to the plot. Next, think about the climate. Is it always winter or do you have changing seasons? Climate can affect everything from your characters' clothing to their daily lives. Adding geographical challenges, like deserts or dense forests, can add depth to your story. They can create obstacles for your characters to overcome. A study found that stories with diverse settings often hold readers' interest longer. Remember to place cities and towns in logical locations. Near water sources or fertile land are common choices. Think about trade routes and how people travel from place to place. It's helpful to name your locations. Names give your world character. Use names that fit the culture and language of your world. Tolkien created entire languages to make his world feel more real. Keep a consistent scale for your map. This helps maintain a sense of distance and travel time. It ensures your world feels cohesive. Chapter 2: Culture and Customs, Breathing Life into Societies. The heart of any world is its culture. Think about the traditions, holidays, and daily routines of your society. In Harry Potter, the wizarding world has its own sports, like Quidditch, and unique holidays, like Halloween at Hogwarts. Start by defining the core values of your society. What do they hold sacred? Is it honor, freedom, or knowledge? These values shape every aspect of life in your world. Create unique customs and rituals. These can be tied to important events, like births, weddings, and deaths. For example, in Avatar, The Last Airbender, each nation has distinct cultural practices and rituals. Consider the social structure of your world. Are there classes or castes? Who holds the power? How is it distributed? In The Hunger Games, the capital's control over the districts is a key element of the story. Food and drink can also define a culture. What do your characters eat? In George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, detailed descriptions of food add richness to the world. Language and dialects can add depth too. Create unique phrases or slang that characters use. This makes dialogue feel authentic. Tolkien's Elvish languages are a great example of this. Don't forget about clothing and fashion. What people wear can tell a lot about their culture and climate. In Dune, the Freemen wear stillsuits to survive the harsh desert environment. Think about entertainment and leisure activities. What do people do for fun? In The Legend of Zelda, various games and festivals add to the world's charm. Religion and mythology are also important. They can influence laws, customs, and conflicts. The Force in Star Wars serves as both a religion and a source of power. Chapter 3: The Art of Backstory, Layering History and Mythology. A rich backstory adds layers to your world. Start by creating a timeline of important events. This helps you keep track of history and ensures consistency. J.K. Rowling created an extensive backstory for the Harry Potter universe before writing the main series. Think about major events that shaped your world. Wars, revolutions, and natural disasters can all play significant roles. In The Lord of the Rings, the history of the One Ring spans thousands of years and affects every part of the story. Create legends and myths that characters might believe in. These can add mystery and depth. In The Witcher series, ancient prophecies and myths drive much of the plot. Consider the founding of cities and nations. Who were the key figures? What were their motivations? In Game of Thrones, the history of the Seven Kingdoms is essential to understanding the present conflicts. Develop a sense of legacy. How do past events influence current characters and societies? In The Wheel of Time, the actions of previous generations continue to affect the world. Think about how history is recorded and taught. Are there scholars, libraries, or oral traditions? In Star Wars, the Jedi archives hold vast amounts of knowledge about the past. Don't forget about the everyday history. Small, personal stories can add depth too. In The Hobbit, Bilbo's simple, rural life contrasts sharply with the epic journey he undertakes. Use backstory to create tension and conflict. Old grudges and alliances can drive the plot. In The Expanse, historical tensions between Earth, Mars, and the Belt create a complex political landscape. Chapter 4: Character Ecosystems. Crafting diverse and dynamic populations. Creating a diverse and dynamic population is key to making your world come alive. Start by thinking about the different types of beings that inhabit your world. Are they humans, elves, dwarves, or entirely new species? In J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, the variety of races adds depth and complexity. Give each group distinct traits. Consider their physical appearance, behaviors, and societal roles. For example, in Harry Potter, house elves have unique features and serve specific roles in the wizarding world. Create a detailed hierarchy within these populations. Who are the leaders? What are the roles of the common folk? In George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, the intricate feudal system adds layers to the story. Think about how these different groups interact. Are there alliances, rivalries, or prejudices? In Avatar: The Last Airbender, the relationships between the four nations drive much of the plot. Consider the daily lives of your characters. What are their occupations, hobbies, and routines? In The Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan gives detailed descriptions of everyday activities, making the world feel real. Develop individual backstories for major characters. These histories can influence their actions and relationships. In The Witcher series, Geralt's past shapes his character and decisions. Think about how your characters fit into the larger world. What are their goals and motivations? In The Hunger Games, Katniss's desire to protect her family drives her actions. Create unique voices for your characters. Give them distinct ways of speaking, influenced by their background and culture. In Game of Thrones, Tyrion Lannister's wit and sarcasm make him memorable. Make sure your characters evolve. Let them grow and change through the story. In The Name of the Wind, Patrick Rothfuss's protagonist, Kavith, transforms from a child into a legendary figure. Chapter 5: Architectural Wonders. Designing memorable landmarks. Creating memorable landmarks can make your world unforgettable. Start by designing key locations that stand out. Think of iconic places like Hogwarts in Harry Potter or the Wall in Game of Thrones. Consider the purpose of these landmarks. Are they fortresses, temples, or marketplaces? In The Lord of the Rings, Minas Tirith serves as a vital stronghold and symbol of hope. Think about the architectural style. Is it Gothic, futuristic, or something entirely unique? The intricate designs of Rivendell in Tolkien's works add to its magical feel. Add historical significance to your landmarks. This gives them more depth. In The Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Castle's long history adds to its importance in the story. Consider the materials used. Are buildings made of stone, wood, or metal? In Dune, the Fremen sea etchers are built into rock, blending with their harsh environment. Think about the scale. Grand structures can awe your audience. In Star Wars, the Death Star's massive size makes it a formidable presence. Add details that make your landmarks unique. This could be an unusual shape, special decorations, or hidden features. The moving staircases in Hogwarts are a great example. Use landmarks to enhance the plot. They can serve as meeting points, battlegrounds, or places of discovery. In The Hunger Games, the arena is a central, ever-changing landmark. Chapter 6: Language and Dialects, Creating a Unique Linguistic Landscape. Language can add a rich layer to your world. Start by developing unique languages or dialects for different cultures. J.R.R. Tolkien's Elvish languages are a perfect example of how language can enrich a story. Think about the sounds and structure of your language. Is it fluid and melodic, or harsh and guttural? In Game of Thrones, the Dothraki language sounds fierce and warlike, fitting their culture. Create simple phrases or words that can be easily incorporated into your story. This adds authenticity without overwhelming the reader. In Star Wars, phrases like, "May the Force be with you," have become iconic. Consider how language influences culture. In Dune, the Fremen's language includes many terms related to their desert environment, reflecting their way of life. Think about dialects within the same language. These can show regional differences and add depth. In Harry Potter, Hagrid's distinct speech pattern sets him apart from other characters. Use language to show social status or profession. Different groups might have their own jargon. In The Expanse, Belters speak a distinct patois that reflects their unique culture and environment. Chapter 7: Magic and Technology, Balancing the Extraordinary with the Mundane. Balancing magic and technology can make your world fascinating. Start by defining the rules for your magic system. In Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn series, magic is governed by specific laws, making it logical and believable. Think about the source of magic. Is it innate, learned, or granted by an external force? In Harry Potter, magic is an inherent ability that varies among individuals, creating a rich social dynamic. Consider the limitations and costs of using magic. This prevents it from becoming a catch-all solution. In The Name of the Wind, using sympathy magic requires energy and concentration, adding tension to its use. Technology can also play a crucial role. Decide on the level of technological advancement in your world. Is it medieval, steampunk, or futuristic? The Hunger Games combines advanced technology with a dystopian society, creating a unique setting. Think about how magic and technology coexist. Are they in conflict, or do they complement each other? In Fullmetal Alchemist, alchemy is a form of science that blends with technology, enhancing the story's depth. Create unique inventions or magical items. These can add intrigue and plot twists. In The Lord of the Rings, the One Ring's power and influence are central to the narrative. Chapter 8: Seasonal Shifts, Using Weather and Climate to Enhance Storytelling. Weather and climate can significantly influence your world. Start by defining the overall climate of your world. Is it tropical, Arctic, or temperate? In A Song of Ice and Fire, the long summers and harsh winters shape the entire narrative. Consider how seasonal changes affect your characters' lives. What challenges do they face during different times of the year? In The Hunger Games, the changing environments of the arenas add unique challenges to each story. Think about how weather can create mood and atmosphere. A stormy night can add tension, while a sunny day can signify hope. In The Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan uses weather to reflect the world's shifting balance of power. Use extreme weather events to create dramatic moments. Floods, droughts, or blizzards can drive the plot and test your characters. In The Road, Cormac McCarthy's post-apocalyptic world is constantly threatened by harsh, unpredictable weather. Consider the impact of weather on travel and communication. Harsh climates can isolate communities or make journeys perilous. In The Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship's journey through Caradhras and Moria is heavily influenced by the treacherous weather. Think about how different cultures adapt to their climate. What clothing, architecture, and customs arise from their environment? In Dune, the Fremen's stillsuits are essential for survival in the desert. Chapter 9: Interactive Immersion, Engaging your audience beyond the page. Engaging your audience beyond the page can deepen their connection to your world. Start by creating interactive elements. Maps, family trees, and timelines can help readers visualize your world. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter website provided fans with additional lore and insights. Consider creating multimedia content. Videos, podcasts, and animations can bring your world to life. The Welcome to Night Vale podcast uses audio storytelling to create a vivid, immersive world. Encourage fan participation. Contests, fan art, and community events can make readers feel part of your world. The Rick and Morty fan base thrives on interactive experiences and fan contributions. Use social media to share behind-the-scenes content and updates. This keeps your audience engaged and invested. Authors like Neil Gaiman use social media to interact with fans and share insights about their work. Consider developing games or apps based on your world. Interactive games can allow fans to explore your world in new ways. The Witcher video game series expanded the universe and attracted a wider audience.